Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a great match between the Shawnee Mission North Indians and the Shawnee Mission West Vikings. Let's go ahead and meet our contestants. First from North.
Hi, I'm Forrest Kinsey, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Walter Wright, I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Joe Rubinek, and I'm a senior.
I'm Emily Stava, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Quentin Jones, and I'm a junior.
And our competitors from West.
I'm Blake Mendenhall, I'm a sophomore, and my favorite superhero is Iron Man.
I'm Austin Wilhelm, I'm a junior, and my favorite superhero is Spider-Man.
I'm Lucy Rogers, I'm a senior, and my favorite superhero is the Incredible Hulk.
I'm Catherine Brown, I'm a senior, and my favorite superhero is Wolverine.
I'm Nick Lacey, I'm a freshman, and my favorite superhero is Batman.
Awesome. It's always good on those introductions. Nick, I'm going to agree with you. Batman. All the way. All the way. Hi, welcome to Categories. In the first round here on Categories, we will take turns answering questions. If a team answers correctly, they will earn a point for their team. If they answer incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal that category. We did a coin toss before we started taping. It was won by the Vikings. So West, here is the first category. It is science. It is the conversion of sugars into ethyl alcohol by action of yeast enzymes. Beer and wine are just two of the products of this important process. Identify it. Blake.
Fermentation.
It is fermentation. Indians, literature, Shakespeare. What is Shakespeare's last play? Time on that. West, chance to steal this Shakespeare category. What is Shakespeare's last play? Austin?
Macbeth.
It is The Tempest. The Tempest. Vikings, you do get the next question. It is vocabulary. The name of which flat fish can also mean to stumble about awkwardly? Indians, chance to steal this vocabulary question. The name of which flat fish can also mean to stumble about awkwardly? Forrest.
Flounder.
Flounder, very good. Indians, you get the next category. It is fine arts, painting. Michelangelo painted 343 figures on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, each from 10 to 18 feet high. How many years did it take him to finish this work? Forrest?
3.
Sorry, that's incorrect. West, chance to steal this fine arts paintings category. Michelangelo painted 343 figures on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, each from 10 to 18 feet high. How many years did it take him to finish this work? Austin?
4 years.
It is 4. Very good. Vikings, next category is geography. Known by a singularly inappropriate name, this great snow-covered island is the 10th century example of false advertising. Eric the Red. Oh, Austin.
Iceland.
I'm sorry, cannot accept Iceland. North, chance to steal this geography category. Known by a singularly inappropriate name, this great snow-covered island is the 10th century example of false advertising. Eric the Red hoped to attract settlers from a more clement Iceland. Forrest.
Greenland.
It is Greenland. Indians, back to you with math terminology. Two binomials of the form x minus y and x plus y are said to be what of each other? Joe.
Conjugates.
Conjugates, very good. Back to you, Vikings. Sports is the category. Name the 4 Grand Slam tennis tournaments held each year. Blake.
The British Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open.
I cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this sports category. Name the 4 Grand Slam tennis tournaments that are held each year. The French and the U.S. Opens are them. Wimbledon is one. The Australian Open is the other. Indians, coming back to you with U.S. government. If no candidate received a majority of electoral votes in a presidential election, the House of Representatives chooses the president by voting not as individuals, but as states. A majority of how many states is needed to elect? Joe?
26.
26. Vikings current events. Aerialist and daredevil Nick Wallenda successfully completed 2 high-wire walks between skyscrapers in which city? Blake?
Chicago.
It is Chicago. Indians' religion is the category. 35 nations around the world have constitutionally mandated official religions. What is the common official religion of Iceland, Denmark, Norway, and Sweden? Walter?
Lutheranism.
They are Lutheran. Back to you, West, with military history. On what day of the week did the Japanese planes zero in on Pearl Harbor? Blake?
Monday.
I'm sorry, Monday is incorrect. North, chance to steal this military history question. On what day of the week did Japanese planes zero in on Pearl Harbor? Walter?
Sunday.
It is a Sunday. Indians, back to you with general knowledge. Elected officials like to think of themselves as brave lions, but an office holder who cannot succeed himself is known as what kind of lame bird? Forrest?
Duck.
Duck. Back to you, West, with film and entertainment. What type of gambling was the subject of the climax of the Paul Newman, Robert Redford movie, The Sting? Austin?
Horse races.
It is horse races. Back to you, North, with science geology. There are at least 6 of these that are recognized by modern geologists: Indian, Pacific, African, American, Eurasian, and Antarctic. Present-day earthquakes are located along their boundaries. What is the word we're looking for? Emily?
Tectonic plates.
Plates, very good. Vikings, ancient history is your category. How did the Carthaginian general Hannibal die? Blake?
Suicide.
Suicide. Presidential history, back to you, North. One president had a vice president who belonged to a different political party. The president was a Federalist. His vice president, a Republican. Identify them both. Walter?
John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
Those are the 2. Vikings general knowledge. In the U.S. Army, which of these officers ranks the highest? A captain, a major, a lieutenant, or a colonel? Austin?
Colonel.
Colonel. Back to you, Indians. Vocabulary. What is an apparition? Forrest?
An apparition is like a figure appearing.
I cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this vocabulary question. What is an apparition? It's a ghost or a spirit. Vikings, back to you with poetry. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is one of the best known examples of this chief form of poetry during the 1300s. What was the form called? North, chance to steal this poetry question. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight is one of the best known examples of this chief form of poetry during the 1300s. What was the form called? Forrest?
Epic?
It's not epic, it's romance. Romance. Back to you, Vikings, with a science and energy question. What type of power is usually generated by machines working in conjunction with the action of the tides, descending natural water courses, in large reservoirs? Austin?
Hydroelectric power.
Hydroelectric power. Back to you, North, with current events. After the death of President Michael Sata, Vice President Guy Scott became interim president, making him the first white democratic leader of an African nation. Name that nation. Forrest?
South Africa?
It is not South Africa. Vikings, chance to steal this current events question. After the death of President Michael Sata, Vice President Guy Scott became interim president, making him the first white democratic leader of an African nation. Name that nation. Lucy.
Zambia.
It is Zambia. Back to you, Vikings, with another sports question. What sports playing unit usually consists of 2 defensemen, 3 forwards, and 1 goalkeeper? Blake.
Soccer.
It is not soccer. Indians, chance to steal this sports category. What sports playing unit usually consists of 2 defensemen, 3 forwards, and 1 goalkeeper? Forrest.
Hockey?
It is hockey. Back to you, North, with economics. If a man had a salary of $1,400 when the cost of living index was 100, how much salary would he need to keep pace if the index went up to 150? Walter?
2,100.
2,100, very good. Vikings, mythology is your category. What was the Greek name of Hercules? Nick?
Heracles.
Heracles, very good. Indians, general knowledge is your category. Because lightning often struck church steeples in the 18th century, lightning killed more than 100 men engaged in what job? Joe?
Bell ringing.
Bell ringing, very good. West, fine arts, theater is your category. Noel Coward wrote 2 plays with the initials BS. The musical Bittersweet opened in 1929. What play opened in 1941? Indians, chance to steal this fine arts theater question. Noel Coward wrote 2 plays with the initials BS. The musical Bittersweet opened in 1929. What play opened in 1941? Forrest?
Black Swan.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Blythe Spirit. Blythe Spirit is what we were looking for. North, we are coming back to you with U.S. geography. Name one of the 2... We'll continue with this question. Name one of the 2 states with the shortest coastline on the Great Lakes. Walter.
Ohio.
Cannot accept Ohio. Vikings, chance to steal this U.S. geography question right before halftime. Name one of 2 states with the shortest coastline on the Great Lakes. Blake.
Illinois.
Cannot accept Illinois either. Indiana or Pennsylvania would have been the 2. All right, that siren does denote the end of our first half. We have a great game going on so far with Shawnee Mission North with a lead of 12 to Shawnee Mission West 9. In this part of our program, we're going to do campus updates. We're going to have students from each school give us what's going on at their particular campus. And first from North, we have Forrest. Forrest, what's happening over on Johnson Drive?
Well, this week at Shawnee Mission North, it's Dead Week, but the auditions for Oliver and Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog are going on in our drama department. Both of those shows are going to be great. Also, the chess team is doing pretty awesome. They're doing well. And North is a great place to be, and we love it, and this is a great categories team.
Fantastic. So the chess team, let me ask you about that. The chess team, is there organized competitions against other schools? Are there tournaments on weekends? How does that work?
I believe that there are tournaments.
Okay, yeah. Very good. All right, and is there uniforms involved? No. Okay. All right, and heading over to West, Austin, you were giving us the update for the Vikings. So what's happening over with the Vikes?
Well, just recently we actually our football team won one of the 2 playoff games, so they're doing very well. We recently just finished with our fall play that ended very successfully, and we're starting up winter sports here pretty quickly.
All right, so playoff time for football, everybody's pretty excited.
Yes.
All right, good times. All right, as we head into our second round, it is our lightning round. And traditionally, we start our lightning round with our look and listen question, in which we have a monitor here in the studio and speakers so the contestants can hear and see or look and listen to what is the clue. And the look and listen question is worth 2 points. And just a word to the contestants. Remember, you may try to answer as soon as I'm done reading the question. And once someone rings in, we cannot stop the video, or we cannot rewind the video. We have to stop it where it is. So here we go. Both teams, hands on buzzers. Here is the look and listen question. As a tribute to the company's headquarters, this iconic building is said to resemble what? Blake.
Parking garage.
I cannot accept parking garage. North, you have a chance to steal this question. As a tribute to the company's headquarters, this iconic building is said to resemble what? Walter.
Pancakes.
It does resemble pancakes, but this is the Capitol Records building. It's supposed to represent a stack of records on a turntable. Two good guesses. All right, here we go. For the rest of the lightning round, we will place questions on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal. So here we go, both teams. Vocabulary is the category. Bill, bond, bird, bar, bone, and shirt. What one-syllable letter frequently precedes these 6 words? Blake.
T.
T. Art, paintings, multiple choice. Here we go. Artists painting in the traditional Japanese style are likely to use tempera on rice paper, ink on paper or silk, watercolor. Forrest.
Ink on paper or silk.
That is the correct answer. Very good. Math for both teams. If a card is drawn at random from a standard 52-card deck, what is the probability that the card drawn is a 9 or a diamond? Austin.
Is it 1 in 9?
Cannot accept 1 in 9. Indians, chance to steal this math category. If a card is drawn at random from a standard 52-card deck, what is the probability that the card drawn is a 9 or a diamond? Emily.
4 and 13.
4 13s, very good. Even reduced that, thank you. World history for both teams. Richard Nixon left office in defeat on August 8th, 1974. What world leader left office in defeat on August 8th, 159 years before? That was Napoleon. Literature, poetry is the category. I'll give you the closing line and you identify the poem. Here's the closing line. And that has made all the difference. Forrest.
2 roads diverged in a wood.
I cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this literature. Nick?
The road not taken.
The road not taken is what we're looking for. Science, species is the category. In addition to stunning its prey, the electric eel uses its electric discharge for 2 other purposes. Name either one of them. Forrest.
Illumination?
Cannot accept illumination. West, chance to steal this science species category. In addition to stunning its prey, the electric eel uses electric discharge for 2 other purposes. Name either one. Lucy.
Camouflage.
Cannot accept camouflage. The 2 other ones we're looking for is to detect underwater objects, and the other one is to communicate with other electric eels. World history for both teams. What country last existed in AD 135 before its modern inception in 1948? Blake.
Israel.
It is Israel. Geography for both teams. Name at least 3 countries of which at least part lie in the Sahara. Blake.
Egypt, Sudan, and Morocco.
Those are 3 of them. Very good. And you've closed up the gap here a little bit. Shawnee Mission North 14, West 13. Greek playwrights for both teams. According to the Medician manuscript, Achilles wrote the play, or the playwright was killed in a very strange way. How was Achilles killed? Lucy.
An arrow to the ankle.
I cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this Greek playwright's question. According to Medician manuscript, Achilles was the playwright was killed in a very strange way. How was Achilles killed? Emily.
An arrow to the heel.
I cannot accept that. It's not Achilles. It's the playwright. A turtle fell on his head is the... Right? I shall not question how that happened. All right, general knowledge. The Center for Short-Lived Phenomena, such as earthquakes and tsunamis, is located in what famous American museum? Austin?
The Smithsonian.
It is the Smithsonian. U.S. history for both teams. What civil rights leader made an unfortunate visit to Memphis in 1968? Blake.
Martin Luther King Jr.
Martin Luther King Jr. is correct, and you've taken a 1-point lead. Science. An increase in any of 3 factors causes corresponding increase in sound velocity in seawater. Name any 2 of the variables. Forrest.
Salinity. Like salty sea? Saltiness increases? There. Okay. That's my answer.
I cannot accept that. Vikings, chance to steal this science category. An increase in any 3 factors causes corresponding increase in sound velocity in seawater. Name any 2 of the variables. Austin?
Saltiness and heat.
Those are the 2. Yep, the other one is pressure. Yep, make sure that we keep the hand signals to a minimum, please. Literature, magazines for both teams. Name the following magazine, name the following magazine given the subtitle that appears under the magazine's name. Here's the subtitle. Founded in AD 1728 by Benjamin Franklin. Austin.
Poor Richard's Almanac.
I cannot accept that. Indians, chance to steal this literature magazine's question. Name the following magazine given the subtitle that appears under the magazine's name. Here's the subtitle. Founded in AD 1728 by Benjamin Franklin. Walter.
Philadelphia Inquirer.
It is not the Philadelphia Inquirer. It's the Saturday Evening Post. Music. Opera is the question. Which group, always the object of suspicion in the Middle Ages, thought to possess the magical powers of witches, is featured in Verdi's opera Il Trovatore? Austin?
A voodoo doll.
It is not Voodoo Dolls. North, chance to steal this music opera category. Which group, always the object of suspicion in the Middle Ages, thought to possess the magical powers of witches, is featured in Verdi's opera Il Trovatore? Gypsies. U.S. geography for both teams. Name this large city from its location. It's on Massachusetts Bay, at the mouth of the Charles and Mystic Rivers. Blake.
Boston.
It is Boston. U.S. history. The Rothschild family has been prominent in industry, philanthropy, politics, and science. The family first gained fame for founding what kind of business in the late 18th century? 18th century, yes. Blake.
Stock trading.
It is not stock trading. Indians, chance to steal this U.S. history question. The Rothschild family has been prominent in industry, philanthropy, politics, and science. The family first gained fame for founding what kind of business in the late 18th century? Walter.
Banking.
Banking, very good. Mythology for both teams. In Greek mythology, it was the region below Hades where the Titans were confined. Nick.
Tartarus.
Tartarus, very good. Economics for both teams. That zealous champion of British imperialism, Cecil Rhodes, Founded in the 1880s, South Africa's De Beers Mining Company, which still controls the world's market on what substance? Nick.
Diamonds.
It is diamonds. U.S. history for both teams. The Soviet Union first detonated a nuclear device in 1949. In what year did the United States detonate its first nuclear weapon? Austin.
1945.
1945. And you open up a bit of a lead here. Score is Shawnee Mission West 20, North 15. Math is the next category. A sprinter runs the 100-yard dash in 10 seconds. At the same average speed, what would be his time to the nearest second for a 100-meter dash? Lucy.
12 seconds.
It is not 12 seconds. North, chance to steal this math question. A sprinter runs the 100-yard dash in 10 seconds. At the same average speed, what would be his time to the nearest second for a 100-meter dash? Joe.
14.
It's actually 11. 11. Science, astronomy for both teams. Each planet has its own unique eccentricities. Identify the planet where the sun rises in the west and each day is longer than each year. Emily.
Mercury?
It is not Mercury. Vikings, chance to steal this science astronomy question. Each planet has its own eccentricities. Identify the planet where the sun rises in the west. Austin.
Venus.
It is Venus. You guys, afterwards, you can help me out with that word. All right, music history for both teams. Of Dixieland, swing, bebop, and big band, what was the first authentic jazz style? Quentin.
Bebop.
It is not bebop. Vikings, chance to steal this music history question. Of Dixieland, swing, bebop, and big band, what was the first authentic? Austin?
Swing.
It's not swing. It's Dixieland. Dixieland. That siren does denote the end of our game, however. In a close battle here, we had Shawnee Mission West coming out on top with a score of 21, the Shawnee Mission North 15. Please join us again next time here on Categories as we promise to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.